Hello, everybody. It's been a while, I know. Hopefully, you're all doing well. Let me know down there in the comments how it's been. I have finished my work project and I'm here doing what I do best is making Schwarz videos. I don't know if that's actually believable what I just said there, but you know what? It's actually been 2 years since I've been making Schwarz video. I know that's crazy. It's been a wild ride. If you've been here from the beginning until this point, we've had quite the adventure. And again, I thank you for all of your kind words and support. And to the people that don't like my videos, well, thanks for watching anyways, because to hear this, you were watching my video. Now, why I mentioned this is over time, if you've been watching me, you know that my opinions vary greatly from other people. I see things from a million different perspectives in order to come up with my own opinion. And this time around, today is going to be one of those videos that some people are going to be upset with, some people are going to agree with, some are gonna just be indifferent. Now, I want you to know ahead of time that things are not always going to stay the way they are, right? Where people are just indifferent. There's going to be people that do something about it. So if you saw my last giveaway, I did do something about it. I gave away these cards right here, right? So there's people that already have said they received their cards, and that was not a lie. So people got these cards. I also have these cards as well to eventually give away, these Gil Thunders. So that'll be nice because I know this is usable in the Escanor deck. And why I mentioned this is there is a way to help take care of all this, what I'm going to talk about this video. And there is something that I've heard only when I went to work. I've never heard it in my life until I got to work. And that saying was, "It is what it is." I hate that saying because that basically tells you that, you know what, you can't change it. It's going to be that way. Outside of death and taxes, I like to believe at some point you can choose your own destiny, like the book. If you never tried out the Choose Your Own Destiny books, Choose Your Own Adventure books, it's actually really cool. I love them. That was great. But what I want to show you here is this. This comes from Tupac Shakur from the song Changes. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. But the one thing you need to remember is let's choose our own destiny. Let's choose our own adventure. And how are we going to do that? Today we are talking about Dicey Cafe Gilbert. Yes, yes, Dicey Cafe Gilbert. There's a lot of things been said about this card. A lot of things being said about this card. And some of it is this card is an uncommon and it should be 50 cents. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a bunch of crap. Yeah, it is. It's a bunch of crap. I don't know why anybody could ever say that it's worth 50 cents. You are out of your mind if you say that. Again, this is my opinion. It's going to make you angry. If you want to have a discussion in the comments, feel free, but please make sure that you don't say anything really harsh or that's going to be bad for the both of us. But what we got going on here is you have these two cards. It's from Sword Art Online. Different versions, right? We got two versions of Demonic Sword Graham. We got this one version of Dicey Cafe Gilbert. There's other cards you could use as well. But you can see the price on them, $21 and $26. I've talked about them before, but some people aren't letting it go. So today I'm going to do a whole talk about this. And if you know anything about me, I've been fairly consistent on what I've been saying. I definitely have this motto of my logic better be consistent with everything else I said. What you say better be consistent with what you say. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come back to these cards. I'm just going to go through a couple things first and then come back to it, okay? Now, first thing I have here is Schwarz Facebook page. Now, what's happening on the Schwarz Facebook page? We got Springfest Houston, Texas results. Look at these fine gents holding their prize card. I know someone was trying to sell them for $4 grand, so you could check that out. I mean, those are going to be expensive cards no matter what price it eventually lands on. You could see over here off to the right, I guess you can't because my head is blocking it, but first place was a team of 3. You have 7 Deadly Sins. You got That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and a Bang Dream. These fine gentlemen right here sporting the Strictly Broken outfits. I do like that. I think that was cool that they got the logo going on there. Looks really great. We got 7 Deadly Sins, That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, and Hollow Live Production by Yue. I haven't seen Yue in a while. Maybe I'm watching the wrong videos, but maybe he doesn't do videos anymore. Anyways, hello Yue if you're watching this. We have Quintessential Quintuplets and 7 Deadly Sins. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? And lastly, the last thing I have here for you is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Hollow Live and Quintessential Quintuplets. If you're wondering why I'm laughing, the team name is called Return of the Washed Up Trio, which I do love that name. Good job, good job. So congrats everybody on that. Now, why this is important is going back here to my handy dandy buy or invest video. If you've ever watched my buy or invest video, you know what this is all about. I go over the set. I talk about the anime following the meta strength of the cards. Why? Because that plays into the overall pricing eventually long term of the actual set. It is very, very important to figure that all out before you buy into said set if you're looking to invest. Now, I go over everything about it. I take a look at all the pricings of the cards and any differences from English to Japanese. This is set 1. This is a mid-following, had serial numbers, lovely card art, some strong single cards, but there are no signatures. It's an outdated set, and serial hunting, it can actually hurt that as well. Even though it's a positive, it is a negative. And now we finally have my final line here, which was, you're in for the long haul. If you're buying that, you're in for the long haul. You gotta wait for set 2. You gotta wait for the movie set, and set 2 is coming out tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Today is actually May 4th. May 5th is the date it's coming out. Why this is all important again. If I take a look at our 7 Deadly Sins, people are going to want to buy into the set. What makes Weiss Schwarz different, and I don't think people truly appreciate this at all, is you are using cards from the same actual series, if that allows you to. There's some exceptions to that, but for the most part, you're going to be using the same series set. So we have 7 Deadly Sins, Volume 2 right here, which was the Revival of the Commandments. Yes, that's what it was. And then you also have cards in here from set 1. Set 1 wasn't the greatest. People still played with it, but it wasn't the greatest. Let's be real here. One of the cards from set 1 is this Guild Thunder Magic Words. Look at this sucker. This guy is sitting here at $15.99. Where did he come from? He came all the way down here at $3.62 a year ago, and now currently sits at $16. Why? Because you need to use him in a deck. So when you think about cards, right, you have 2 different versions. You have one version that people want to collect. You have another version that people want to play with. And that would be why some of these cards are worth certain amounts of money. Now, if you're going to take a guess at what this one is worth, should it really be worth 50 cents if that is that integral for a deck? Should this be only 50 cents if that's integral? Rarity does not matter. I wish people would get that out of their head. I think it's really just hurting my soul to people just going and say, again, this card is uncommon equals 50 cents. At what point do we break that thinking? I'm going to tell you, because those same people forgot about this. What are these? These are booster boxes, and if you remember some of these booster boxes, they weren't worth hundreds of dollars, right? They were worth some, like this guy right here, Nazarick Tomb of the Undead. How much was that worth back then? $50, $60, $70. How come it's $370, right? We got Slime, $376. KonoSuba, $434. A trial deck of Persona 5 sitting here at $400. You have a trial deck of Nazarick Tomb of... I gotta click that. I did not click that. What is going on here? Nazarick, Tomb of the Undead, 21958. There are some down here for 10. Let me just go down here. All these are pictures. They did they not make a reprint version and a first edition version? I guess they did not. So down here, $219.58. That is some crazy stuff. Why I point this out to you is you remember this Batman Ninja, how people insulted it. Even I said this series sucked, but at the same time, I knew it would go up eventually. Why? Why was this giant battle 2 years ago between investors, collectors, and your, I guess back then, Weiss Schwarz people? Why was there this giant battle between these two factions, right? It's because the people that were already in Weiss Schwarz said, this sucks, nobody wants it, it's not collectible. And then you have these other people that, oh, holy crap, this is amazing. There are Batman Ninja cards. Let me get some of that, right? And what we have here is a $50 to $60 card, just the booster box, justified going up because of the rarity of it, because of the collectability of it. You see where I'm going with this? If you need another example here, we got our Rudy right here, our Rudy list prices. I did not update it from when I did that video back, I don't know, maybe last year at some point. We got Batman. This is all the stuff he picked up. Batman Ninja, JoJo's Bizarre, Bang Dream, ReZero, Overlord, KonoSuba, Adventure Time, Mob Psycho, Babylonia, Magia Record Mobile, ReZero, The Frozen Bond, Data Live, and Magia Record Anime. Just think about all that stuff and how much they are currently priced at, right? Even though back then they weren't worth all that much. Have we gotten to the point where we can accept the fact that these things actually cost a certain amount of money, right? You could say Batman Ninja still sucks, and I'm going to agree with you. But if you had a box of Batman Ninjas sitting in your closet and you put it up on TCG Player for $150, will it sell? The answer is probably yes. Yes, it probably will. Even though there's only one sale back here on February 7th for $259, I will pretty much guarantee if you threw it up for $150, post it on eBay, write it on Facebook, there's going to be somebody out there in the world that is willing to buy it for that price. So even though they don't sell a ton of these, because look at the price point. Right now, $245. Are you going to buy that? Probably not, but somebody out there will at a lower price. Now think about this. I bring this up here because has anybody looked at the prices of Poolside Temptation Tohru in a while? Because I haven't. This card is sitting here at $4,998.44. And why I show this one right here is because that is the last one actually left. I know it's insane. You got one per trial deck case and somehow it's still there. But again, the last one that actually sold was on April 27th for $600. Okay? Now, when I think about SPs, you need to go back 2 years ago. I know it's a lot of effort to think about it, but remember 2 years ago when I was making my videos and some people were saying SPs suck. Some of them are $20, $30, $40, $50. Some of those are just worthless trash. Nobody will want them. Some of these SPs, right, were $300, $400, $500. What happened to the price of those? Did they go up? Yes, they did. Did the ones that were $20, $30 go up? Yes, they did. There might not be a giant market for them, but again, they went up. Why did they go up? Because of the rarity and the collectability of it. People haven't seen these wonderful looking, amazing cards. They're not used to that. They don't have these things with. I know this is a character signature. It's just what I have over here. I never put my Yuka away. Look at her. Look at her. She looks so pretty. But it was something new. And people wanted to collect it because they felt like there was some value there. And over time, I think everybody has come to that realization that, you know what? Maybe we were wrong. Maybe these things are collectible. Maybe they're worth more than what we actually thought. Now, going back to this, we have cards that are playable. Should this thing be 50 cents? Again, I get it. You don't want it to be $25. You don't want it to be $30. But to say that these things are 50 cents, they're uncommon, you're not valuing your cards again. You're not truly appreciating what they bring and offer to you. Now out here on TCG Player, what I did was I took a look at the Weiss Schwarz cards and I did double rare. I didn't sort it by any sort of set. I just picked high to low, price high to low. And I get it. When you look at market price, it's an average of the cards that have been sold. So this doesn't actually reflect some of these current day prices, right? So we got that conclusion after wearing Ryoko. She's showing a market price of 58, but it looks like you could buy one of these cards for $29.99, okay? But what you see here again is double rares being really expensive, and that happens over time. It makes sense. Some of the cards disappear. Some of the people that have these cards disappear. Like they don't look at Weiss Schwarz anymore. It's just in a closet. It's in a storage bin somewhere. You know, it's just gone off the face of the earth. And again, why is this popular? Because people can choose to collect some of these cards, or some people can choose to play some of these cards, like Happy Christmas Kasumi. If I take a look at the rare cards, right? Take a look at Usual Haruhi, $60. I'd show you the picture, but I don't have it up. And we have this image coming soon. I don't think that image is ever coming. Let's just be real here. But you have this swimsuit darkness over there. I don't know if you've been watching the new Megumin KonoSuba anime that's on Crunchyroll. I've been enjoying it. I'm a Megumin fan, so it's really cool to see it. The last episode was really nice if you haven't watched it. But you can see here, definitely those power-up sets gave this a boost. But again, are some of these cards usable, or are people collecting it? But in the end, they all are worth something, because again, people don't value Weiss Schwarz as, let's use a certain set, and you have to use that certain set. So you can only pull from the pool of cards from that set, whether it's be older sets or the current set or the only set. And now we have our uncommons. Take a look. I know you're a little upset about Dicey Cafe. I know you're upset about Demonic Sword Graham, but just take a look at that irritating girl in the top spot, $28.90. Again, I know it's an average and all that, but she's been hanging out there for a while. That irritating girl. This is actually the card that started me on Bang Dream. I am not joking with you. I saw this card. Someone put it on Facebook that they were trying to buy the toilet card. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? And they brought up this Arisa card. I saw the picture and I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. You can see she's in the bathroom, hands on face. What is up with that girl? And I'm like, you know what? She got twin tails. I'm watching this show. That's the truth of how I got to Bang Dream. I got the Bang Dream through Weiss Schwarz, but it's because of this card. And you know what? I never look back. I enjoy Bang Dream a lot. So you can see here, there are some uncommons that are really expensive. And again, why is that? Are people digging that irritating girl art? If you're like me, yes. But if you're a player, you might want that card because it's actually really good. Sort of like this Dicey Cafe and sort of like this Demonic Sword Graham. I know, again, there was a pickup in the amount of sales. I know there is someone out there, I was about to say Jackass, that bought 50 copies of that card, more than likely to turn around and flip it, or maybe they bought it for their friends. Who knows? So I take back that Jackass. I apologize if you bought it for your friends, but you know what? That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. How do you go about fixing this, right? Here's the part I was talking about. So what I did on my last giveaway was I gave away those Overlord cards. Yes, again, here you go. I gave these cards away. I'll be giving out more in the future as I do my giveaways. I have these Guild Thunders, right? So the cool part is I've been seeing people willing to sell some of these Dicey Cafes or Demonic Sword Grams or whatever else for a lower price if you actually are building a deck around it. Someone actually offered that. I saw someone doing a giveaway for these cards as well. That's how you combat it. Because this happens in every TCG. This is just not a Weiss Schwarz thing. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't know why we believe Weiss Schwarz is sectioned off from the world, right? Like, we're like, we don't do grading here. We don't do this here. But you know what? It's a card game. It's a trading card game. It's a collectible card game, whichever you want to describe it as. People collect these cards, people play with these cards, and they're going to sell these cards. And there's always greed in the world, and it's going to happen. Whether you look at the booster boxes, Whether you look at your sign cards, I didn't even talk about super rares or triple rares, right? And then every other sort of base cards, eventually they're gonna be worth something to somebody out there, whether you're collecting it or you're buying it. And that really is my whole discussion for today. I think that's where I want to end it. So again, I get it. You're upset. You don't like the price, but that's how it always was going to work out. People need this card for their deck. Some people realized it more than other people and did some buyouts on it. But even then, right? Like even though I go, someone did a buyout on it. Was there really outside of a couple instances here that there was a buyout? There was some opportunity to buy it, right? February 10th, we got 16. There was 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 1, 1. You had a bunch, 12, right? You had all these chances to buy it. Here was one for 39 cents. Here was one for 10 cents. Maybe they had like $2 shipping on there. I don't freaking know. They don't tell us, but you get my point. You had all those years right before it, but you're gonna say, "I didn't know it was gonna be good," and I'm sorry. You just have to follow the sets. If your set is coming up, you need to pay attention on what cards you potentially will need, or just get a play set. Right? That's always one way to just end it right there. You own a play set. So I'm not here to berate you or say it's your fault for not doing this, but again, one day these cards are gonna be worth something to somebody. And I think as a player, I think you should be happy with that. Because if you own these cards, right? I just talked about it from the buyer perspective. But when you take a look as the owner of these cards, just imagine you don't play Weiss Schwarz anymore. And you had this sitting in your closet and your friend still does. They go, "Oh my God, you got any Dicey cafes? They're worth a ton of money now." Right? There you go. That's pretty awesome. It's nice to get some money back for what you used back in the day. That's definitely the same with anybody that stored any of these booster boxes. That's the same with anybody that owned certain SPs, right? They definitely enjoyed that price pickup. So I get it. I get it. I get why people are upset. But in the end, these things have value and you should value your cards. You know, you should love your sets. I get it. Maybe some of you just do it to win some games and you have no love for your cards. But I think it's really great when you have a deck, you have it sitting in your drawer, you think it was fun times and it's now only worth $50, and then magically the next day it becomes $190 worth of cards. I think that's really cool. So uh, that's where I'll end that topic. But just to show you a little bit more, Saekano's coming out. Saekano flat to be exact. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. Here are some prices. There's only 1 to 2 listings. They're showing up at $25 the SR. So I just wanted to see all the different art that we got going on here. We got some swimsuits. They really are some pretty cards. It's a shame that this set has no signatures on it. But in that same way, don't forget Saekano needs to use some Saekano 1 cards. And there is one card to note here. Is this one, $15.69 plus $129 in shipping. That Night Together Uraha. Just take a look. Look at that. Look at these filthy scalpers that had it going from $17, $18 all the way down to $4, and now the tables have turned and it's back to $15.69 plus $129. Those filthy scalpers. So these are your double rare that you may encounter in the future. You're gonna see some other cards as well that comes from set 1 make an appearance here. We've talked about it before. You can see other people making videos about deck text for this. The other thing is we got Quints coming too. So again, plan accordingly if you want to actually play Quint's movie set. And here is your Quints 2 in no particular order or why I'm showing you some of these cards like this one. This SR, that's $22.70. But anyways, look at this Miku. One left. Miku, she's been tearing it up, right? $25. OFR. That's so sad to me that an OFR is $20.99. But hey, people love them, right? So that is everything. I really hope you all have a wonderful night. As always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. Cards are freaking expensive, but it's all about the love of the game, the anime, and your desire to actually play and collect. I don't know where I'm going with that. That's it for me. I'll see you later.